You guys there? All right, let's go. Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Adrian Hernandez. Thank you for tuning back in. Today I'm talking to you guys about sales funnels. Now this is mainly for you entrepreneurs, real estate agents, anybody that's involved in any direct sales or rather that be commission sales. There's a funnel that comes to this. And it's a very simple funnel that I've ran my business by in both real estate and in wholesaling and flipping. It simplifies the whole process and I want to teach you it right now. Ready? Let's go. All right, guys, so we're here in front of the whiteboard and we're gonna break this thing down. We're gonna make this super simple. One thing I found is that complexity is the enemy of execution. So when things are super complex, it's gonna be very hard for us to execute on them. So it's our job today to simplify this whole entire process. Cool? So let's think of this as a funnel, okay? Let's just think of this as a regular funnel. And at the bottom of this funnel is, of course, your money, right? This is where you get paid. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna simplify how we can get certain business from certain areas that lead us down this funnel to ultimately get what you want. And what is that? I know you wanna get paid. So prior to being paid, there's a process that we have to go through. Now in real estate, we have this little thing called escrow. And prior to getting paid, you have to go through escrow. And before escrow, you actually have to get a lead. So you get a lead, you convert that lead, whether that be a buyer, a seller, somebody interested in your product. You find the lead and then you convert them into them buying the lead, buying the home, which then goes into escrow, selling the property, which then goes into escrow, or whatever product it is, you have to go through a process before you end the sale. So you have leads, escrow, then you get paid. Pretty easy, right? Well, prior to leads, we have to understand where are we getting our leads. And a lot of the time, guys, we think of this in two different forms. We have passive, and then we have active. And what I'm going to talk to you about today is all about the active things that bring in leads. On the passive side, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about all the stuff on the passive end. But prior to doing that, I want to talk about what gets us paid today. Because I know this, if you're new to an industry, the only thing you want is to get paid right away. I understand that, and that's what this video is for. So we're gonna talk about the active approaches to finding leads. The first thing we have to understand that if you're in real estate, it's either, and well, I wanna talk about the most important topic first, sorry. The most important topic is center of influence and your past clients, right? I mean, let's think about it. It's the people that you already know. The friends, the family, the people you've associated with, the people you went to school with, past employers, past relationships. These are all the people that fall into your center of influence. You simply give them a call, say, hey, my name is Adrian. As you know, I'm in the real estate business. Who do you know that I can help buy or sell a home? So that's one funnel. The second one, well, that's one source to the funnel. The second one, let's call expired listings. Expired listings. So if you're in the real estate field, are you going out there and looking for expired listings? And under expireds, I'm going to put the gold mine, which is past expireds. Past expireds. So what's an expired listing? A listing that was on the market with an agent. They were unable to sell it for whatever reason. The contract passed, and now that contract is expired. You can contact these people and say, hey, when do you plan on interviewing the next agent for the job of getting your home sold, or whatever script you decide to use, which we'll talk about in another video. So you have center of influence, past clients, center of influence, past clients, expireds, and past expireds. So there's already two sources to your lead funnels. So I got to ask you a question. Are you even doing one of these? Because if you're not, we have to step into one of them. And you guys, I have to bring up passive. Passive is a lot of the online marketing that you're doing. It's marketing that's passive. So for instance, online marketing, mailers, right? Mailers is one. Mailers, you send them out and you have to wait for them to call you. So I'm not talking about anything that's passive here. I'm talking about the active things where you have to go get in front of people to actually get them to say yes or no to your product. Does that make sense? So we're not going to talk about Facebook. We're not going to talk about Instagram. We're not going to talk about Snapchat when we look at any of this. We're going to talk about the active things. Again, guys, I'm sharing with you what made me a lot of money very early on in my career. I stuck to sources. I understood the lead funnel that I'm teaching you right now, and I just stuck to what worked. So after expireds and past expires, for those of you in the industry, what could be next? For sale by owners? Okay, great. So let's throw FSBOs on here. So we have FSBOs. And FSBOs, you're simply calling somebody who has their home for sale and asking them when do they plan on hiring an agent. We'll talk about, again, scripts later. So you have for sale by owners, past client center of influence, expires, past expireds. Now let's move on to just listed, just sold. And I want to take a moment here, and I'm actually going to star this because this is where I got most of my business from as a new agent. Does it take more time? Yes, it does, because they're cold leads. Is it more work? Absolutely. But what I've learned from Just Listed, Just Sold is you also create a community because you're starting to reach out to people in the community. They're starting to know who you are by name. You get their email. You stay in touch with them. You send them valuable information. And these Just Listed, Just Sold people that you speak with, they end up going into your database for your center of influence. That is huge. Now, Just Listed, Just Sold. Adrian, what the hell are you talking about? What's Just Listed, Just Sold? It's very simple. It's the gold mine that 99% of agents all miss out on. When one home sells, usually two or more sell right away. Would you agree with that statement? You see a home that gets put up for sale, and there's another home that gets put up for sale right after that, if not on the same block, then for sure in the same neighborhood. Would you agree? Of course you would, because it's probably happening in your neighborhood right now. So therefore, have you ever noticed that the just listed sign, the sign that went up that says home for sale, it's through company X, but you notice that company X wasn't the same company that listed the other property. It was company B that listed that property, not company X. Why? Think about this. Why? Why did company X not list the second property? You guys, it's very simple. Because agents never go door knock, cold call, or do anything besides passive marketing, mailers, online stuff, thinking that they're going to call you. No, Just Listed, Just Sold is where you pick up the phone and you say, hey, Jeff, my name is Adrian. I just listed 123 Banana Street, 4 bedrooms, 4 bath. It's listed for $900,000, and I'm curious to know, who do you know that's looking to move into your neighborhood? I'm just curious to know if you did that to every single one of your listings. If you did that to every single property you sold, do you think you would do another deal? Of course you would. So this is the gold mine, but you actually have to do it. We have to simplify it. Again, complexity is the enemy of execution. So when it's super complex, we never do it. It's very simple. Grab your business card, write call me on it, knock on the door, introduce yourself, and hand them your card. You guys, it's that simple, but we make it complex. So simplify it. So Just Listed, Just Sold. For sale by owners, expired, past expired, center of influence, and past clients. Now we have the traditional stuff that everybody does, the open houses, right? Everybody does the open houses, but it's part of our sales funnel. And then I'll lead the last one. So we have open houses, Just Listed, Just Sold, for sale by owners, expireds, past expireds, center of influence, and past clients. Now, if we look at this last one, I always like to call this is more of a specialty field. This is more of like a niche per se. And this can be probate, this can be, let's put short sales on here. We're about to see an influx of short sales hit the market. So short sales. So you're out now prospecting for NODs. You're now looking for people that unfortunately have lapsed on their loan and they need some help. So I'm just curious to know, guys, this was my sales funnel when I first started. And did you notice that I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different activities for me to get leads? I'm doing 6 different activities for me to find what is called a lead. And what I've learned after helping agents, what I've learned after helping myself, is that 90% of the population, 90% of salespeople only stick to one lead. A matter of fact, the worst part, it's not even an active, I'm sorry, not one lead, one source. It's not even an active source. It's a passive source. That source is online marketing mailers. We're hoping that somebody's going to call us. And if we're hoping, we're going to be hoping forever. And so therefore, if you want to change your business, if you want to change your income, if you want to change your current position, you have to understand that you have to include active sources into your business, or you're never going to scale the way that you want to scale. So these passive is great. This stuff is great. It works on the sideline. But this is the engine. This is what drives your business. Does that make sense? It's these sources, these active sources that you go out there and do. But notice that I did not one of them, I did all of them at the same time to bring in more leads so I can have a better possibility of opening more escrows, which will naturally lead to me earning more what? Yes, you got that right, money. And then with this money, I can go put it back into another business or help other people with it, which is a completely different conversation, but you get the point. And the point is that I've simplified this whole process into a funnel that brings these sources together, that brings me leads. You guys, it's very easy, but you actually have to take the time and go, okay, what are my sources? And am I doing them every day? And then the most important thing is creating a schedule that can support these sources. And if you want, go to my YouTube channel, hit the schedule video. There's a video that shows you how to do a full schedule around just this. But this is the most important part. It's understanding what are our sources that brings us our leads. And from those sources, what do we need to do more of and what do we need to do less of? Or what do we need to cancel out because it's not working and replace? Does that make sense? So I hope you guys got something out of this video, and I want to encourage you, make your own sales funnel. Matter of fact, reach out to me. I'll even help you. Send me a direct message. Instagram is at Adrian Hernandez. You can also send me an email. You'll find it in my bio. And you guys don't forget #HomesForHunger, because what we do is we take this money and we help give it back to those that are in need of food, those that are starving in this world. So it's #HomesForHunger. It's something we do on the back end. So just want to share this with you. Hope you got a lot of information from this. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button while you're at it. And the biggest thing of all, share this with everybody you know. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm Adrian Hernandez. See you soon.